So I'm assuming that some of you guys, at least probably a majority of you, just because you're watching this, you're probably into home studio stuff just as much as I am. You have probably, fixed up a bedroom to be a studio or extra room in your house, or maybe like a extra room in like a shop or some storage building or something like I have for a studio. So if you guys have done that, then with DIY solutions comes plenty of problems that you had no idea were going to happen. And so today, that is what I find myself dealing with and trying to fix. So just to make a long story short, I plan on doing a studio tour of this room as soon as it's satisfactory. When I have everything I want put in, I'm going to put a drum set right back there soon. I'm wanting to figure out some more storage stuff. That's another problem that I've had here. I want to treat this room right here in front of me to be a vocal booth. It's going to be super legit whenever I get everything set up, but right now we're dealing with some issues and I want to tell you guys about those issues. So basically, this wall to my left is not very well insulated. My studio, just due to the living situation my wife and I find ourselves in, it's in an extra room in this just really old shop barn kind of situation. I know that makes me sound super redneck. My studio's in a barn. Okay, so to my left, I have this one wall that is not super well insulated. I have a theory that the heater that I have mounted on the wall behind me is causing parts of the wall to warm up, but the parts of the wall where I have my acoustic insulation, which is Rockwell Safe and Sound, is keeping the wall cold. So the mixture of the heat and the cold is causing the wall to sweat in those areas. And if you guys know anything about just water and building materials and wood or whatever just sitting there stagnant for long periods of time, mold is going to develop. We have to get that fixed. So today I'm going to do my best to fix that situation. I want to show you guys what I do. I'm not super crazy with my bass trap set up at the moment, so I think I'm going to explore making just some panes and having them on a swinging, like a door hinge, so I can open and close it for more storage space, as well as that air gap will probably be more effective than the amount of insulation I have in it at the moment. I'm also going to try to find some way to do an air gap between my panels that are on this wall, so there's a little bit of space there for the heat to get to. Hopefully all this will fix the situation I have of just the wall sweating, because I can't let that keep happening. But before the video gets started, please just go ahead and smash that like button for more videos like this. I'm going to be doing videos on home studio DIY solutions. I'm going to be doing videos on home studio productions and guitar tones and just everything like that. Anything that you could want to see for home studio stuff, I'm going to be making videos on it. So like I said, please do smash that like button, hit the subscribe for more videos like this. Let's get started. Okay, so if I look really tired and sweaty and I'm probably just glowing in this light because of sweat and gross, nasty stuff, that's because I am. It's been a whole nother day. So we got started yesterday on building the new bass trap / storage doors. I got started building those last night around 4. It gets really dark here around 5 or 5:30, so I didn't quite finish that up yesterday. I did finish that up today though, hence the different clothes. We got footage of me building the frame. However, the frame I first built was with a 1x4. I just had some extra of that laying around from building acoustic panels. However, that was not going to be quite big enough to have double layers of Rockwell Safe and Sound. I went to Lowe's and got some 1x6s, and then I built those. and I just used some fabric that I had left over from the bass traps that were already in the corner. And I think they turned out pretty well. I haven't hung them up on door hinges yet. With everything said and done, I'm not quite as pumped about these as I wanted to be. Just for some reason, the idea of having like just acoustic insulation built into the walls and then having the bass traps built in the walls, have everything really sleek, doesn't poke out and look like, you know, insulation panels. That just appeals to me like crazy. I would love to have that in a studio, but just not this studio, because this studio has a whole bunch of weird old building problems, and it's just not going to work out for this one, or I don't feel like putting the time or the money into it to make that work out. However, these are doing well. I haven't mixed on them yet, but I did do another measurement of my room. I do use Sonarworks reference 4 to measure my room. I'll show you guys some screenshots of the before and after. I'm not running a sub in this room. I just have my 2 Focal Alpha 65s. So my low end isn't really super low, obviously. I'm not sure how far down these go, but hearing low end is already a problem enough, so I'm not really super worried about treating my low end. I probably should be, and I'm looking at these graphs right now and these presets, and I just have a pretty huge bump right around like 120 or 140 hertz. So those are my, you know, my low mids, high, like higher in the low frequencies, and that definitely needs to be treated much better. So I don't know, really just there could be more treatment all throughout the building, all throughout the room. So I need to work on those lows and low mids, the treatment there. Just looking at these two graphs I have of the before and after on these new traps, the difference is pretty negligible. I mean, especially in the lows, there's really not that big of a difference at all. But this curve right here around like 140 hertz, that's definitely the worst curve on the entire graph. So if I could try to find a way to get that leveled out, I think the room would be really, really good. And I mean, plus with Sonarworks, it's super easy to work around that. After looking at that graph from Sonarworks, it's kind of hard to even call it a bass trap, to be honest with you. But yeah, no, it's super simple. Any of you guys can do it. There are plenty of videos online about how to build acoustic panels. And I definitely recommend doing that yourself rather than buying something from all the different companies, you know, GIK Acoustics or Promo Acoustics or RLX. All those companies make really, really great products, but for someone who's doing it at home like we are, then building them yourself is really, honestly, the way to go, in my opinion. It's super cheap. I think most of my panels in here were right around like 20 bucks a piece when everything was said and done. The bass traps are a little more expensive, but you could definitely do it, no problem at all. If you guys enjoyed the video, please do smash that like button like I said earlier, and go ahead and leave a comment about what you guys think about the build of these like bass traps or panels that I have. Have you built your own panels? Do you have your own like homemade bass trap? If you guys know a better way to do that than what I've done, then please do leave that in the comments. I would love to see what you guys are doing, because like I said, I'm trying to take care of that 140 hertz hump that I have, and I feel like if you guys have some good ideas, sharing that with me would be awesome. So please do that, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks, guys.